in this second lesson for Google Sheets, I'll be going over mathematical formulas, including addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, formulas with statistical functions like the average, the min or minimum, max or maximum, and a count. Also date and time formulas like today and now, as well as absolute cell references and how those dollar signs can be used in those cell references. Today's learning objectives straight out of our syllabus. Students will work with Google Sheets to gain proficiency through various projects, and students will learn to input and sort data, create charts and graphs, that will come later, and use this data to predict future trends, also later. We're just getting the building blocks down now in Google Sheets. And then standards addressed, Montana Technology Content Standard 4 is where we're working. So I'm going to start by showing you how to do some mathematical formulas. All right, in this particular assignment, students, fictitious students, first and last names are given along with 3 quiz scores. So if I wanted to say add the 3, I would always type an equal sign in because that starts my formula. And then I can click on the cell to get its reference, plus this one, plus this one. Or if I wanted to add them, another way I could do that would be to type in equals sum, which I've went over with you before, sum parentheses, click and drag through all you want to add, then your closing parentheses, enter. You could do that. Say I wanted to know the difference between the highest and the lowest score for the student. I could type in equals, and then click the highest one, and then a minus, which is just a dash right there next to your equal sign, or over on your number pad, and then click the one you want to subtract. You can do that. You can actually multiply equals this by using the star key, which is the Shift 8, or again over on the number pad. You can multiply by a number, or you can multiply by another cell reference, or you can multiply by a percent. I mean, it's just any type of math that way you want to do, you can. You can also do divide. What portion of quiz 3 was out of quiz 1? 94%. So he didn't do quite as good. If that number was above 1, then we'd know he did better on 3 than 1. But divide is just the backslash key, or the forward slash, sorry. That would be dividing. So again, star is multiplying, slash is dividing, a dash is a minus, or then your plus is right above the enter key on the number pad, or it'd be the shift equals sign. So that is how you can do mathematical formulas. Again, you can mix cell references like a 10 in there, or you can use actual hard numbers. If I just wanted to add 51 plus 87, I can totally do that. You know, you can use Excel as almost a calculator as well. All right, so then we want to talk about formulas with, we're going to total these. So total means we're going to add them. So remember I showed you can either do this, equals this cell plus this cell plus this cell, enter, or you can do an equals sum and then click and drag through. Either one of those is correct. What you don't want to do is equals 99 plus 90 plus 96, because then you can't carry your formula down, because it just keeps adding those numbers. However, if we do this, sum C11 through E11, we can get that plus mouse and drag it down, and look at this. Our formula changes so that each line is calculated correctly for us because that formula drags down. Okay, so then down at the bottom of this, in line 47, we want to try to calculate average and maximum and minimum. So the average for all of the scores on this one, we actually type in equals average, and then you would drag through all of the scores you want to average, then let go of your click, enter. So 82. And now if I don't want to have to do that again, I can use my plus mouse and just drag it over. And it did D, and then now column E. What about maximum? Equals max. And look, it guessed for me. It actually filled that in, and it looks like it has it correct, so I'm going to go ahead and press enter. The max was 100%, and then I can just drag that over if I want to right now, but I'm going to wait so I can show you one more thing. In minimum, and then we will click and drag through the numbers to be in the minimum. Hit enter. 60 was the lowest. Now if I use my white mouse and click and drag through these, I can actually get the plus and then drag them both at the same time and let go of that click. So I've showed you the average, minimum, max. There is another function called the count. So what if I said equals count and I wanted them to count every quiz that was taken? I could do that. I counted C10 through E43 and there's 102 individual entries. Okay, I didn't need to do that for this assignment, but you can count the total number of entries with that count function. My teacher asked me to put the date on the paper. I can type in equals today because I was too lazy to look at the bottom calendar. And if I hit that, it'll put it in there. Or equals now. Now actually puts in a date and a time. Kind of cool. That's the today and the now function. Okay, one more interesting one. Cell references. So I wanted to average, let's do it this way. Over here, the sum of C11 to E11. Say I did this and I put dollar signs in front of the C in 11 and the E in 11. That means that becomes an absolute cell reference. And when I try to drag that down, it's actually not going to. So it's going to actually keep those cell references up there. Okay, which is not what I wanted to do in this case. So I moved it back. Now what if I did a no dollar sign in front of the C, but I put dollar sign in front of the 11 right there? Let me just show you what happens. And I drag that formula down. Well, down here now I have C dollar sign 11 and E 13. You can see I've taken all of this now because I kept this 11, this row 11, as an absolute reference. So that these absolute references can really do great things when you actually need them, but they can really mess something up if you didn't mean to. And same thing, if I put a dollar sign in front of the C there, and I tried to drag it over this direction, it would keep that C. But if you did this on one that wasn't with an absolute reference, this next time it would start with a D through an F. So those dollar signs and the absolute references, if you always want a formula to use one specific cell, that's where you put it on there. Dollar signs to keep that reference stable. We'll get rid of them on this because I don't need them. Okay. And so that should be everything I had to show you for lesson 2. And hopefully you enjoy your projects and enjoy getting to work in spreadsheets.